pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I will call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock on June 19th, 2023. We do have a quorum. Adam is in the hospital with his sick child and may be on and maybe not. Before we get started, I got some house cleaning things. First off, I would say from the board, we all would like to thank everyone for being in attendance tonight and online. Couple things I would like to say for myself. It was brought to my attention that a comment I had made at a previous board meeting to suppress the beach sticker changes was serious in nature. I can say it was a joke at best and seems to be a bad one. There was also some confusion about the beach parking stickers. I can say that the board has been transparent about our intent with the community input. We have no personal gain with any changes for the beach parking. We have had several conversations how to handle the situation, and there was not an easy answer. I will attest that I could have handled that better. For those issues, I sincerely apologize. I would also ask everyone in personal attendance to refrain from speaking out loud and small talk unless called on. I would ask the board for the same respect. So let's get started. All right, approval of the agenda. I will entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda.
I'll second.
Any discuss? I need a motion first.
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Nick motion, Karen second. Any discussion about the agenda?
I think I heard we were going to move.
John, you said something about moving something.
Let's move the approval of the board motions because they are all ballot items to under the unfinished business ballot items. Just discuss them all at one time. And does this need to be under motion somewhere?
Yes,
Unfinished or
new business.
new business? Okay. Well, it's unfinished. We already talked about it before. You just have the formal document now. We already talked about it all previously.
Okay. Well then, yeah, that would be unfinished then.
So unfinished will be the censures.
All right, so other than those two things, is there any other discussion? All right, all in favor of the agenda with the updates signify with an aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. All right, treasurer's report and presentation of bills.
All right. I have stuff. Let's see, presentations. Well, I'm going to hand out some things. Here's the finance report. Does everybody, can I have that back? I'm sorry. You should have a finance report.
We do.
Okay, I'm going to give you, in your finance report, start with, first, Devereaux and Company is working with our 2022 financial records and statements to create our 2022 financial statement and filing that's due to be filed by October 15th. So process modernizations we've been implementing are digitalizing records, including accounts payable and digital retention of monthly financial records, as well as property owner records, and outsourcing the assessment, billing, and collection, which we all know. But all of those impact our monthly financial processes. So we are also developing new workflows. Karen's been working on this quite a bit. to provide guidance with these new changed responsibilities. So over the past few months, we've been paying particular attention to receivables to identify any that are legally uncollectible or any irregularities. And we've had a lot of help from Lori Haller to execute adjustments to some invalid interest penalties. One of the things we found, and John, you had a lot to do with this, is that we had on our books receivables that weren't ever going to be collectible. Receivables from people who were dead and estates long gone, receivables that the court wouldn't let us go after, people on very restricted incomes or so forth. So what it ended up is we had a lot of receivables making our assets look better than they are. So Lori helped take those off, and that's why you have these corrected balance sheet and profit and loss statements. So what we had to do was take out that roughly $84,000 worth of assessment interest that was on the previous versions. So you have February P&L, March P&L, and April P&Ls that all say corrected up at the top. And the same for the balance sheet. The only change is taking off that $84,000 of interest. So we need to reapprove these and post these out on the website.
Do you want to approve them individually or all as one?
Well, if we want to just look at, well, let's,
Months together, February, March, and April.
right,
So we just
So-
approve them individual months.
just approve, so make a motion to approve the corrected February balance sheet and P&L. And I need a second.
I will second that.
Okay, and...
Any
all in-
discussion? So the only change is that 84,000 removed, correct?
That's it.
Okay. Any discussion, questions? All in favor of the corrected financial report or balance sheet and profit and loss for February signify with an aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right.
Okay, then we have the March balance sheet and P&L. Again, the only change is taken out that uncollectible receivable so that we have the accurate representation of what we have. So I'll make a motion.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
Just approve it, right?
Not yet.
We're in March.
We did February, March.
Okay, all in favor of the corrected financial report dated March 31st, 2023, signify with an aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay. And then I make a motion to approve the corrected April, which again has no other changes other than removal of the uncollectible receivable.
I will second that as well. Any discussion? All in favor of the corrected financial report dated April 30th, 2023, signify with an aye.
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 Motion passes.
Okay. So,
Thank you, Deb, for putting that together.
okay, so then, we also have the Mays, and just to go through those, our balance sheet, which of course is also corrected, shows our total assets at $1,154,012.54, and the same for liabilities and equity. And our profit and loss statement for May, we had total income of $36,759. And a lot of that, as you can see, we had hang tags were $3,250 of income. We had boat stickers, $8,625. Auto stickers, $6,175. Construction bonds for roads, and this is only the piece that Raintree gets, not the piece that will be refunded, is $12,500. Cars and gas passes. They used to be together. They've been together for at least 8 years that I can see. So that was just the question. They hadn't been, nothing had been collected. Now that we've collected them, we've got them separated out here.
Do you have them separated out? Doesn't
Well,
4040 show that they're together?
4046 is where we're recording hang tags up at the top. You see, we've got day codes, that's new. We've got hang tags, that's new.
Okay.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
So,
But Deb, there's a charge, an income for a gate card, that's the little white card. The guest passes are the each day parking passes, so that is a separate category that should be added in the revenue. 4040 should be two different,
Let's
so
see
we
if
got
we
the
do.
day code is the private party code. The hang tag is the hang tag, and the guest pass is the daily beach parking.
Oh, right.
so we have to look at that.
So we need to break the guest passes out to
Okay.
its own category.
Okay. And the reason for that, just so that it's clear, is because the guest passes will, the revenue from that will go back to Lakes and Beaches for projects like the hang tags, not the day codes, not the gate cards. Okay, well, do we want to hold up on approving this until we figure that out, or do we want to approve this for today?
I think we can approve it, we just need to make
Yeah,
sure we
make
break it
note
out
of that next
forward
month,
so
so-
we know what.
As long as you know it's getting switched out between the way it's supposed to be.
Okay. So like I said, our monthly income was $36,759, and our expenses were $44,425. We can look at those here on the monthly check report. We had some security expenses down here under check 3110, because we had some broken parts on a gate. And then we have aqua service, water treatment, check 3114. And then we also had a check for number 3124, which is for the service that I mentioned and that Karen will talk about a little bit more, which is the e-file scanning, digitalizing all these paper records that we've got so they can be accessible by computer instead of hauling out paper files and refiling them. Any questions about any of the other checks?
What's Americom Imaging Systems?
That's our printer.
Oh.
What was that, Nick?
Americom Imaging Systems, 33520. Check 3122.
It's our, we have that all the time, it's our printer.
Hey, Deb, I don't know if you want to look into this, but 3110, I think the box out front got hit with a lightning strike, and that's what caused the damage and most of the bill. I'm wondering if, I don't know what the deductibles are or anything,
On
but
our insurance.
on insurance, but I'm wondering if we can
Get reimbursed for that?
look to get reimbursed for any of it. The deductible might be more than the bill, but
Is Dan,
look at that.
is Dan running an LLC or is he 1099.
1099.
Would it make more sense if we bought the material going forward at Alabama?
Well,
It
he
would be
has,
taxed, it would be taxed as income with that.
well, he will use the material as offsets to his income. He doesn't
Okay.
get taxed on the material.
Okay.
Okay. So, one other thing. I had emailed this out a couple times to the e-board. Pass that to Karen. This is your printed copy, which I did reduce the size of a bit so you could see it. But this is our proposed budget. And this is,
Can I interrupt you real quick? Did we approve this yet? Motion and approve?
you know what, I was going to do this in the finance report, but
Okay.
I really shouldn't. I should do it down under new business. So just put those aside. Let's approve the rest of this.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the finance report.
I will second that. Is there any discussion? All in favor of approving the finance report of May 31st, 2023, signify with an aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
So I know we were gonna try to change our fiscal year. This is awesome, to be able to see each and every month and the major items that we spend money on. And man, if we can somehow figure this out, because I like being able to see on a month-to-month basis our spending and then our revenues as well, and it'll help us forecast it a little bit better. I think this is good.
It's a standard report, it's just huge. But that's kind of, we've got it in, we'll get to that.
I think what we're after, Nick, is that when you look at the P&L, it won't happen yet, but it'll start happening in January. When you look at the P&L statement, it will now give us, not the month, but it gives the true year. Like right now, you only get January through
Right.
May. It'll give us a full year,
Better
picture
year-to-date.
of it. And certainly it's something we can look at doing too, is putting the report as far as where everything is against the budget.
Why is, what is?
I didn't produce that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
2006.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I know why. Is this attached? Everybody got that attached. Okay, it's just, yeah. So you're saying you'd like to start getting a report. It's pretty big, but
I assume that's the year, right?
the year was 2006, and the point was that cards and passes were
Okay.
in already.
I just like the format of that, because you
Yeah, I
can see it
agree.
from month to month.
It's nice.
And you also see, when you see $5,000, you don't really think about why it was, but that always kind of reminds you of what it was and how much we're spending on a monthly basis.
Yeah, I like the way it totals it on the end as well.
Well, the total will be the same. I mean, we'll have that total, and we'll have all of the breakdown of this stuff in the monthly.
Yeah, you're just missing the meat and potatoes and everything in the middle.
That we didn't spend money on this month or this year, yeah.
All right, thanks, Deb. All right, communications and correspondence report, John.
All right. Here's a breakdown of the communication received for June. 7 questions regarding the city assessments. Question on the garage sale. Had a question on large RV parking over 30 feet at the campground. Question about cruising Raintree event. 4 questions about the Raintree survey. Question about the country club. 2 about buying stickers, question about the board openings, 5 questions about, any comments about the lakes, and one about the history of the board when they were elected, appointed, and how much term was remaining, and then there were 2 questions about the sand at the beach. The communication we sent out since last board meeting, we sent out just a generic announcement and reminder, sent out 4 about road repairs or road closures. The Raintree survey went out, Raintree roundup, assessments were mailed out, notifications, sticker reminder, board openings, lake treatments, sand at the beach, and the board meeting. So a few notes to add here. This was wrapped up today, actually, so there is a new stop sign